Today's A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan podcast, and you can vote for these guys in the Orlando Weekly Awards. It's our good friends Gringos Locos.
Yep, multiple locations. They got the original downtown location, Milk District location.
How many times have they won Best Cheap Eats in Orlando Weekly Awards?
Oh, a lot of times.
It's a lot. And you know what? Back when you were a young pup driving around in your truck, downtown, and you told me, you're like, you got to try this place. You got to come get these crazy tacos with this really good queso. You and your wife fell in love with the queso.
Oh, yeah.
Your wife's still in love with the queso. And yeah, that started the love affair, which is Gringos Locos.
Double D's, mouth hugger burritos, quesadillas. They got great catering. If you're looking to do a birthday party, any big event, small event, they can drop it all off. You could do your own Double D
if
bar.
If you're doing some dumb baby shower and you want it to be awesome, do that.
Yeah, and 10% off if you mention Tom and Dan. So when you call the catering number at gringoslocos.com, just mention Tom and Dan, you'll get 10% off. But there's multiple locations, 2 in the Amway, Michigan Avenue, 1 by UCF.
Yeah,
you could find them all at gringoslocos.com.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Yeah, it is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch, I'm going to give him his blast. I think I fixed this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Orlando Talk Show featuring Ross McCoy, it is Ross McCoy.
Hey, thanks for giving me my blast, Dan.
Yeah, you got it.
I appreciate that.
Blast for you, buddy.
It's in my contract now.
Yeah. Blast for everybody.
We are doing our beer release June 22nd at Hourglass Brewing. We got Curtis Earth doing some trivia.
How'd you pull that off, man?
And
we paid him. That's the only way you get Curtis Earth.
Yeah.
Is he nominated?
I'll
He's
pay
got to
you
be,
your
right?
rate.
Oh.
He's on the Weekly Awards,
Always.
right? He's got to be in the Weekly Awards.
Perennial.
I forgot to put him in my song.
Yeah.
We'll
Daniel
get
has
there.
some songs.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But anyway, that's June 22nd. The beer will be for sale all day. It's our get to work.
Shit. At the brewery?
Well, our
kidding.
4-packs
But we're
Danger
finally,
Brain
this guy
branded.
finally took his ego off of it. It used to be like, I have to be there when you buy the Tom and Dan beer. But now he's saying that, hey, if you can't make it, just drop by Hourglass, get yourself some beer in 4-packs. It'll be sold all day. It's a red lager called Get to Work Red Lager. Never had it. Can't wait to try it because I love red lagers.
What day is that?
It's June 22nd.
Oh, and then what? So this is Saturday or something?
Yeah, Saturday.
Oh, we will definitely be like sweating it out and that's in Longwood.
Yep. And
we will be like literally seconds away in Longwood at the fireworks warehouse, and I might have to start.
Yeah, I'll bring you by
Doing
one.
a
I'll
drunk
drop you by a
lunch or
beer.
whatever,
Yeah, and don't
If we catch on fire, you guys will see it for sure.
Speaking of fireworks, I'm going to do a big display this year.
You always say that.
I'm taking the fireworks down to Miami. And spending 4th of July down there. And then
what are you bringing?
Everybody's got bigger lots in Miami.
What do you mean bigger lots?
Like your yards are bigger because the older like property
subdivisions.
So they in the 50s everybody had half acres. And shit, now the zero lot.
I have nothing.
Anyway, so
you're gonna get into the commercials this year. Remember that one I sold you last year? That Kush one, kind of like a mini commercial.
Yeah.
We'll get you in like a 305 this year. 305 was so cool. We sold out of it, and Craig got a whole pallet of it this year.
Oh,
what are we talking?
305?
305 is like the coolest video
What are we
that
talking?
I've ever seen.
Money wise. What am I dropping for a 305?
I haven't seen the price list for the but we're talking in the hundreds. No buy one get one free on that. It's all
They
all
are.
straight up.
I don't know. 305 made cigarettes and fireworks.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, they go hand in hand. Literally hand in hand.
It's got like kind of like a Sparta painting in the background. I thought it was like we're like 300, but like 5 more, dude.
but he's wearing it.
305 more.
Because I was looking at it the other day. It's called 305, but it's
Yeah.
like a 288 shot cake. I'm like, why? What? I don't get it.
Craig told me there was no rhyme or reason to any name
No,
for any
no,
firework.
no.
It's literally
Some
what
of
is
them
popular
are.
in like pop culture, and then they just steal images and slap it on the box, right?
The most puzzling one we have it's a commercial cake. It's one of the big boys, one of the bigger big boys, and it's called AOG, and that stands for Air Operations Ground, and it's like the dude that like has the little wavy things at the airport and directs the plane in. Why?
Yeah, that is an odd one. That's odd. That's
It's
odd.
the only company that honors that man. The flag guy. There's a firework named after
They
him.
don't even know it though. They don't even know that they have a firework named
So
after
weird.
them. Have no idea.
Why'd they even choose that? Did AI chose that?
I have no idea.
Just quick. It's just
puzzling.
quick.
And then he got a bunch of that one with anime titties on it. If you got that,
Oh, anime titties.
You got a lot of that one, dude.
I love anime titties.
Full titties.
Yeah, dude, everything's full titties now. There's a motorcycle over in the Publix parking lot that has an anime titties on the side of it.
That's all right.
And I drive around Orlando all the time, and there are teens driving around in import tuners with full anime tits on the car, like with their grandma. They're taking their grandma to like dialysis, tits on the car. I like that. I support that. Purple, and they're always purple, and they're always Asian.
Oh, so
Manga.
Daniel mentioned the Orlando Weekly Awards.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I don't want to criticize Orlando Weekly, but you have too many awards. Like, there's too many.
Oh my God! It took me 3 hours to vote. I tried to vote. It took me 3 hours to get through the voting.
Is there an end? I mean, like, are you just going to put unlimited thousands?
so hard.
You're just going to have AI generate
First
infinite
question,
amount of awards.
The first question on there was like people to get paid the least. I voted for Gideon's cookies. I voted for the crybaby cookie people.
But
do you want to hear my song?
Yeah, Daniel's been.
I'm obsessed with AI songs now, and I can't be stopped. It's like it's taking over my brain. I'm becoming the lawnmower man of AI songs. Like this one right here. I wrote a weekly song. Ross, check this out.
It's the Orlando Weekly, best of Orlando. Do these awards matter? We don't think so. But this is how the Weekly tries to survive in a world that's becoming AI. Vote for Tom and Dan and for all of our clients. Hollerbox, Orlando Fringe, and Orlando Science. The History Center, Ross Paget, and Lil Indies. Tuffy, Silly, City Craft, but they're in Sanford Silly. Hourglass, Gringos, Locos, and the Current too. Could all use a vote from me and you. So we know you hate them, but vote these dumb awards. It helps get people through their business doors. And lastly, thank you so much, the best listeners in the land, the lifelong friends and listeners of Tom and Dan.
There you go. So it's basically a little bit of that. There you go. It's like a full, complete fucking country song now. Complete with like the guy strumming. I can put in the feelings I want in the beginning. By the way, I hate all of this, and I'm fucked out of it. I'm fucked out of it. I've done it too much. I know all the prompts. I know all the things. I also know where it's going, and I'm over it. I am becoming Wilderness Outdoor Dan. No more computers for me. I'm done.
It's only taken 2 weeks
I'm done.
to devalue all music.
I'm done. I'm out.
I mean, if you guys do keep winning weekly awards, like how many more printed out slips of paper are you going to put on the wall? Like how much wall space?
We're out. We're
like
out.
you said, they're gonna keep adding because it does account for 99% of the clicks they get in the year, which they use to sell ad space. Like, have you ever clicked on the weekly outside of the voting or the nomination for the voting? Anybody? Show of hands. No fucking buddy.
No, nobody
has ever
has.
clicked through to
Nobody
the weekly.
has. They're so desperate.
Since Billy Maines died, nobody's clicked through to the fucking weekly.
Man, say it again for the people in the back. No,
Since Drew had a column in the weekly, nobody's fucking clicked through
I
other than to
literally
vote.
went to vote, and they needed me so bad to vote that I was already registered. They're like, "You're logged in. You're ready to go." Like from last year. I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
You've definitely cleared cache since then. There's
I've switched computers since then. What are you talking about?
So, speaking of AI, you also
No, we
wrote
were shitting on the weekly. Did you
Right on today. They'll rig it so we don't
I
win.
know they will.
I'm joking.
What did you want?
There's no proof of that. But, I would if I were them.
What's the question, sir?
So
they just like hanging Chad, like literally, they just throw those out. They don't give a shit.
So what was the other period fart
Okay,
song
so
you
I
wrote?
made
One time, shit sandwich tied itself. How does that happen?
Oh,
do you know how to count in the same category? Shit sandwich tied itself. Do you know how to fucking count votes?
Hollabox is going against itself if you look. If you look under
it's
like best
ridiculous.
restaurant,
But
it's
you know what?
Hollabox. It's Hollabox Willow Tree, which like they'd rather be called Hollabox German Restaurant, which is also on there. So vote for the German restaurant. That's the one they like.
I'm sure it's just software that's doing it now, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you could have a person. You could just say, Jerry, I know the software did it. Why don't you give it a once over? But that would be a little too much.
No, there's no one there. There's no Jerry there.
Yeah.
Well, where the fuck is Jerry?
There's 3 guys.
All right, so you wanted this other song. I'm sitting there in bed with Andrea, and Andrea challenged me because I like an impossible challenge. I like when somebody says you can't do that, and we're sitting there, and I'm fucking around with the AI thing, and Andrea's like, you can't write a period fart song. And then she farts. And I'm like, yes, I can. And I
Your
wrote
wife said that? She's been replaced by an alien.
Yeah,
She does not
she
know
absolutely
who you
did say
are.
it.
She
Well,
does
you
not
guys
know
don't
you.
see her. So here is, this song is loosely inspired by Andrea Dennis. It's my country song.
You should give her full writing credit.
It will be on Spotify. I might do that. I'll go in there
Just
and
give her
change
full
it
writing
and
credit.
give her the whole thing.
That'd be
This is
beautiful.
my latest hit. It will be on Spotify and Apple Music
goes out
later
to you,
today.
Andrea.
It's called Farting Time. Here we go.
In and out tough, women are strong. Women make the world go round. But when my bitch gets the time of the month, she makes that choo-choo sound. Bless their hearts, they got the period farts. They must be out their mind. Mama's on her cycle, and it be farting time. Bitch, fart, fart.
Get it! Maybe we can do a little solo here.
Fart, 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 fart. Oh, the women are tough, women are strong, and women make the world go round. But when my bitch gets the time of the month, she makes that choo-choo sound. Bless their hearts, they got the period farts. They must be out their mind. Mama's on her cycle, and it be farting time. Bitch, fart, fart, fart.
What do you mean? What does it mean? You've
Yeah.
never heard of period farts?
But let's really get into it. What's the deeper meaning?
I don't know why it makes me laugh when the AI says bitch.
Dude, what's this?
Bitch!
Fart, fart.
The guy on the mandolin is fucking killing it, by the way.
Wow.
Whoever is playing mandolin in the song,
There's no one playing.
Thanks,
wow,
man.
you know, but,
This is just 12 seconds.
but for me,
Oh, the women are tough.
I envision that these are my friends.
Yeah. Well,
So that's why it's dangerous for me, because
Yeah.
I'll start assigning emotions to every single member of my
Yeah,
AI
it's
band.
true.
Well,
and I'm paying them.
So
I'm
now-
docking their pay for playing their trumpet too loud, like James Brown would have done.
Daniel's writing the lyrics to this.
Yeah,
and he's just
okay.
singing it.
Let me
So-
let me take you along for the journey, because if we're gonna do this and we're gonna fuck out AI
Okay.
and we're all gonna get tired of it, then you're gonna get tired of
Okay.
it with
But
me.
we're about to show Ross something that blew my goddamn
Yeah.
mind this morning.
I write all the lyrics for those. No, AI can't do that yet.
Okay.
It can,
Yeah.
but a lot of times I find that it doesn't know nuance. It doesn't
Yeah.
know how to slide in a clever rhyme.
It's blunt.
Yeah, it doesn't, and a lot of times it doesn't know a turn of phrase. It's not clever at all. There's like it'll get there, I think.
Yeah. Well,
but-
it's learning every time you put in more
Yeah, I am
information.
making it better. I am making it better.
And then millions of other
Yeah.
people putting in their human, emotion and what they consider
look,
funny.
Hey, look,
And
everybody!
It's learning from that.
Look, everybody! We got like the guys that claim they don't masturbate. We have one of those for ladies in the chat room. Tracy says, "I've never heard of period farts." Okay, sure, yeah, and I've never heard of X videos. All right.
So then Daniel's been looking around for stories that are like out there to talk about or whatever, and so Daniel's like, hey, have you heard about Ashton Kutcher? And
He's getting a lot of shit about it.
and what he's talking about, like the AI generated movies. And I'm like, no, I don't, so I read the article, and so there's this program called Sora, right? And it's by OpenAI, which is that ChatGPT?
Yeah, that's ChatGPT. That's the one that it's pretty much like the one that everybody kind of talks about. But there are hundreds.
So Ashton Kutcher has been beta testing building this as and this is going to be released sometime this summer.
Yeah,
right?
It's an app. It's a Sora app, and think ChatGPT is words, DALL-E is images. This would be video.
So what it will do is you can write anything you want, prompt it, like make a video and of anything, and it will create. It only has the ability to do a 10 to 20 second video, but it'll create a video, photorealistic or like cartoon, whatever you describe.
You want to see a little something?
And then it'll create a video. And Ross, I was like, well, how good is it? Look at this shit.
So I'll pause this one right here. We have up on the screen. This one is, the prompt was, the camera directly faces colorful buildings in Burano, Italy. An adorable Dalmatian looks through a window on a building on the ground floor. Many people are walking and cycling along the canal streets in front of the buildings. And I don't know, man,
Dude, AI created this.
That's pretty damn good.
And it looks, and it's still a little wonky, like it doesn't understand physics and stuff. And
who doesn't need a beaver on a surfboard? Look at that shit.
Yeah.
Look at that
Someone
shit,
said
Ross.
Cartoon beaver on a surfboard.
Yeah.
And so...
Oh, my God, look, I can morph Ross right into the beaver. Watch this.
Whoa.
I'm AI now.
So...
Why do I want wood?
We'll show you some other images, but essentially...
Well, let's get to the ones that'll, freak you out. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead just a little bit further. And then if you look at this one... I mean, that's a cat going through the woods, and that's a, the Grecian coast.
Yeah. So AI is able to create video, and now it's going to be released to the public here in the summer, and it'll do small 10 to 20 second video.
Yeah.
But Ashton Kutcher was talking about this will eventually get to the point where you can create movies.
Well, this is where he got into trouble. So Ashton's on some panel, and, he's kind of stepped back from acting and everything to basically be like an angel investor, and he'll invest in tech.
Yeah, he was part of Uber and Airbnb
and
a bunch of
Spotify.
shit. I think
that punked money.
Yeah, and Spotify. And that, too, because he was doing that when no one else was doing that.
I think Jamie Kennedy and him were kind of in it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Jamie Kennedy. God bless your soul, Jamie Kennedy.
Didn't he get stupid rich from all these?
I think he's got a disgusting amount of money. And then so basically what he said, and I don't necessarily think it was a misspeak. I think he's kind of eating some crow now or trying to take it back. But basically what he said was, and I can see where a lot of his contemporaries would be pissed, he was like, imagine, if I have, as a filmmaker, if I have my druthers on, I need a shot for an exterior shot of a house of a sitcom that I'm filming, I can either spend, $15,000 to $30,000 filming that, or I can...
With a human crew.
Or I can throw $100 at it and do exactly the same thing.
And put 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 or 15 or 25 people out of work.
Maybe more. Exactly.
Depending.
And then,
then
he went even further. Yeah. He said, imagine, where this technology is going and where...
I could put hundreds and hundreds of people out of work.
Where it's going to get magical. No, this is the thing that stopped me and made... It takes a lot to get me to yell to Tom from the other room, but I read the
Ashton
quote.
Kutcher doesn't own this company. He's saying this is going to happen. It's not his fault. It's this is going to happen.
I don't even believe in this particular comment he's invested or anything. He was just saying, imagine when the technology gets good enough, and we're kind of already doing it now with TikTok, Instagram. We have our phone, we have what we like, we go into our bubble, we watch the things that we like. Imagine when you're able to take AI and Ross can sit there and go, today, you know what, I was thinking of going over and being on Tom and Dan's podcast today. I don't want to do that today. I'm going to sit at home and I'm going to write Explosion of the Week, the movie, on my phone, and then my phone's going to create a 2.5-hour movie, and I'm going to sit in my house smoking weed and watch the movie that I wrote, filmed by my phone. And fuck TV, fuck radio, fuck
just create
a podcast,
your own entertainment.
Fuck Marvel, fuck DC, Batman up your ass. All of it sucks because I can make anything I want. I can make Dan Dennis and Maisie Dennis Adventurers 2-hour movie and sit down to watch it, and I made it in half an hour.
So
that's kind of where...
So then I could tell the AI write the Twin Peaks where we figure out what happens with Leo and the fucking spiders.
Yes.
And it'll do it.
Yeah. You can write your own.
I think somebody did that too. I think somebody used AI to start dabbling in. There's
South Park episode. AI already did a whole South Park episode.
Yeah, but you're finding a lot of they're calling it it's kind of like fucked up fan fiction where you have people that'll take Gone with the Wind, feed it in there, and be like, okay, change the ending, and then they'll released a whole.
Exactly.
It's getting weird.
So this is already Tyler Perry apparently halted a 300.
Mr. Medea?
Yeah. Mr. Medea.
Is it Medea or Medea?
Medea, as far as I know.
I thought it was Medea too. Me and my wife got into a fight about this
Really?
at a restaurant. We were at Outback Steakhouse fighting about this.
He was in the midst of an $800 million studio build-out plan, and he stopped it because as soon as he saw this, he's like
Sora. Yeah, as soon as he saw
Sora,
product.
he was like,
Careful
that is going to render all this shit useless.
It's like what I do on Amazon when I'm drunk, and then the next morning I go look at everything I bought. Did that ship?
Yeah.
It didn't, and I just cancel all of it.
I'm telling
every single thing.
If you're just go on YouTube and search Sora clips, and it'll show. There's tons of YouTube video, and when you watch this, I didn't know we were here yet because we were joking around, like we've been playing with these songs and stuff. But I was like, man, as soon as you can create photorealistic video or cartoon or like it will emulate Pixar cartoon. You can create your own Pixar cartoon eventually. Like now it's only 10 to 20 seconds, but soon it'll be hour. And you can make it look like whatever you want through the prompts, and it's
But can it make a new Ram Davesy song like this one? Because I worked hard on this one. The last Ram Davesy song was a little too aggressive. It needed to like really capture the fact that he's helping families with, generational wealth. So try this one right here.
Saving you money, one boat at a time. That's Ram Davesy. Buy a boat.
There you go. Welcome back to Ram Davesy's Generational Wealth with Ram Davesy's, brought to you by Hollabug's German Restaurant or Hollabug's Willow Tree Cafe. They're both on the weekly, and you can vote for either. Same restaurant.
I guarantee that guy's going to show up demanding a free meal this weekend because of that.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
You put them in the soup now.
But it blew my mind that I'm like, we are, and it's funny because in some of these YouTube videos I was watching this morning, like they were laughing about someone on Reddit was saying like when the first, remember the image generator first came out, AI? It was like 3 years ago. And someone on Reddit said, imagine when you'll be able to text to video, and then the person commented, is like, our great grandkids maybe will see that, but we'll never see it in our lifetime. And that was 3 years ago. Because
but kids are having sex sooner.
Yeah. So what's going to be 3 years from now? Where this is now coming out.
Well, eventually there's just a gravestone, right? Like I feel like, right? Like you get to the one. Like I've seen those cartoons where it's like the future, and then eventually it's just like black because there's nothing here.
And if you
AI generated planets, Tom, we'll just be making our own planets.
Well, think about like
I also think that it's going to revalue the outside and plants and earth and because I'm
something you
already
can touch
and this is the part I wanted to talk about is I'm already talking to Tom daily about how I'm starting to reject this shit. Like it's not.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
look at your beard. Like the kids, though, the kids love it, and they're going to grow up with it, and they're going to love more and better of it.
With it. You're right.
And then the timeline is eventually this will be you'll AI generate a meta environment, and you'll be like text to just a whole do Paris, but like aliens are attacking and like robot guys are fighting back, and then you can just be in that universe from saying those words to an AI.
Well, that's the whole theory behind simulation theory. That if this technology is getting exponentially better this quickly, then you will eventually be living in some sort of simulation like the Matrix, which I have a story about later. When I showed my sons. But
you have so much more fun than I do, and you always will. My God, the Matrix.
But there is also like a technological limit because like you would also say that pocket pussies would advance to the point where they're indistinguishable from real pussies, but that hasn't happened.
I've never tried a real pocket pussy. I'd have to try a pocket pussy.
Because there's technological limitations.
But look at the.
I feel like it wouldn't be warm enough because one of the defining factors of a pussy is its temperature.
So, but Ross, if I said 5 years ago, if I told you I need you to write a script to a movie, right?
He doesn't work here.
An hour and a half movie.
He'd be like, "Fuck you!"
Right? Write the script, all the dialogue, right, and then produce that movie so that I could watch it one day, right? Like that would be such an enormous undertaking that it would almost, be 99% impossible because you would have to get the funding for it, get the film crew. Writing the script and editing that, you'd have to go to a script writing class or at least learn about it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even need to do that now.
And then 5 years from now, you will have ChatGPT. You just write the premise. It will write you a script with dialogue and everything. You maybe have to go in there and edit some of the, make it your own. But then using that script, Sora will make you a movie out of it. And that can be a possibility in 5 years from now, probably. And that's insane. In a span of 10 years, think about it. Like, one person can create a whole 2-hour movie by themselves using AI.
Which is how...
And, 100... I don't even know how much it costs.
Let me ask you this.
Virtually free?
But how do you determine... See, it can't be. So how do you determine who's able to get their hands on the technology?
Well, they're open. The Sora is going to be open to the public here in the summer.
It is, but it isn't. It's like
the advanced part of it, the studios. I'm sure, they're already probably using it.
I wonder if that will become the new gatekeeping, though. Like, who's able to access certain levels of it?
No, it'll be just like now. Like, everybody has access to screenwriting software, and some people have ideas and can write and do it, and some people just are like, "You should make a movie about your grandpa, dude," and they never get around to it. Some people will use this. They'll come up with an idea. You still have to type the shit in.
It's a tool. Yeah,
it's not like it's not like read my mind Siri and then write the movie I thought of. You still some people will be better at typing the shit in than other people.
100%. But think about what it took to make a movie before and then now in the future. Like the amount, we know.
I thought I'd like it more. I thought if you told me, hey Dan, you're going to get a machine that you can type any of your dumb limericks into and write a bunch of songs.
Yeah.
I would be like, well, shit, I'll be using that every single minute of the day. But I am sort of rejecting it right now. I think because of I'm an old man.
No,
I think that's what it is.
Correct. The world we came up with required hard work and effort to get stuff done. And now you can just type it in. And
I'm rejecting this somehow. I don't know what it is.
World.
I'm just trying to talk it out with you guys. Why am I hating this?
The feeling you're feeling is it's devalued to you.
Okay.
So because it's so easy to do.
Because it did used to make me unique that there weren't that many people that could sit down, grab a guitar, and I'm not bullshitting. This is hard for me to talk about.
This is what Bubba did. This is what Bubba Whoop-Ass Wilson did.
Oh my God! And he died, and he became ChatGPT.
That was. Why'd you make me laugh at that?
Because I have to make jokes. And he would laugh at that.
But didn't he, in his will, become a pizza animatronic?
That would have been fucking awesome.
But his ability to
it was magic.
Like magic during the break of a radio show.
10 minutes.
He'd go into the green room and then because he through a lifetime of learning piano.
Yeah. Maybe he had AI. Was he a time traveler?
And then maybe
that fucking piano was an AI.
And then we were able to write "Loneliest Bear in the World" during a break.
But it used to be magic.
And then we performed it, and then everybody's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
And now it's nothing. And now it's nothing.
I'll give you a really small...
It's devalued to nothing.
I'll give you guys a really small example. With my daughter, I can take something she's doing, think of it, watch what she's doing, and then I can write a really simple, funny song, like a rap song, that I'll do that'll make her laugh. That's nothing now. That used to be special. It used to set me aside. It used to be oh, Daniel can write. I have nothing. I should just kill myself.
When I go on vacations with my family, and then I play Adventure Dad, which my sons really like.
Oh, that's when you wear your Chubby's backpack and you jump all around, right?
Yeah, and then so I'll be able to after a hike we do. I can get back to the hotel and then tell Sora to make a 15-minute cartoon about our adventure that I could show my sons.
While you go in the bathroom and masturbate.
To a video that I created too about the guide that I saw earlier that day. I'll find her on Facebook. I'm like, make a porno with this girl.
Put this lady's big mouth's face in. I want this lady. I want to fuck this lady's face on a mountain.
It'll make a porno of the girl. You know, you can make whatever you want.
Don't notify her that I stole her picture from her Facebook. Facebook won't be around. It'll be something else. Laserbook.
I think I speak for both your kids that there would be nothing more fucking boring than going on a walk with you and then watching a movie about that fucking walk afterwards.
That's cartoon's called Boring Walk with Daddy.
Max and Tommy might invent the concept of murder-suicide if that was thrust upon
but
them.
it's
This AI is boring as fuck.
But no, but in the cartoon,
We hear you masturbating in there to the guy, Dad.
All right, we watched the fucking walk movie. Can we watch Skippity Toilet now?
I heard you voice text the prompt hashtag Big Mouth.
or I'm in the bathroom, I'm like, wait a minute, this is just a boring walk video. Oh my God, what are they watching? But I'll make the walk video. In the walk video, I'm Iron Man. so it'd be cooler. But it is great. Like this will, remember when it used to take so much time to animate something, or like for Pixar to create
it
animation.
does right now. I mean, like Rick and Morty. I think they still send that shit to Korea and send it back.
Yeah. So if
Rick and Morty the anime coming soon.
So
for real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be cool.
I'm sure all these companies are looking at this and like, well, we don't need to pay a team of animators anymore. We'll just have AI do it all.
Yeah,
why not?
But I don't think they can pivot that quickly. Yeah, it's going to happen, but you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do with your current staff. I don't think they're just
You're going to fire them.
No, but I don't. But it doesn't work like what you're saying.
Nah, I know,
like
I know.
You're acting
But
as if it's a switch.
You're
and it's not.
But it'll slowly be phased out,
And
just
I
like
think
anything.
Who's going to get displaced first is like the lowest on the totem pole, and because if you call a phone now. It's not some. Remember we complained about the Indian accents and stuff like that. Now it's a fucking robot.
Yeah.
So all those call centers, God only knows what happened to them.
Every
They're
morning
gone.
I wake up and I'm like, God, I wish I had my Indian friends.
Yeah.
So I took it for
Yeah.
granted. I took it for every time they were like, thank you for calling. I was like, this is crazy.
Well,
I'm a goddamn True Blood.
I know their life didn't get better.
That's true.
Hey, I don't know what the solution is.
One
but
of them won the
this
lottery.
is and it's
Maybe one.
It's stupid for people to even get pissed at Ashton Kutcher for talking about this because he's just talking about what's going to happen. It's like getting mad at the messenger.
Don't tell us about the future. That sucks.
It is kind of like you go to the dinner party and you're like, just so you know, before we have dessert, we're all going to die. Like, well, all right, thanks a lot, Ashton, you fucking
Well,
dick.
you cannot
Get
talk
the
about
fuck
it.
outta
Someone's
here.
interviewing him. He's just telling the truth.
I knew which side you were going to defend on this one.
Well, what the hell is he supposed to say? Like, oh no, people. What I know about big companies is they'll just continue to pay people for no reason. Like, no shit, they're going to fire everybody. They're going to use this the cheapest possible thing.
What's going to be interesting, though, is to see if any of these people that are in it right now already know. I mean, look, I dabble. Like, we don't need this for what we do. It is a tool that we use for notes. I use it for notes. I use it for the silly song. Other than that, though, it doesn't really impact our day-to-day. But for the other people that are using it, who could possibly use their jobs, will they morph into a hybrid role where they are using their human eye to control the computer eye, at least for now?
What if you guys did wake up super hungover on a Friday and you could just say to AI, create a 2-hour Tom and Dan.
You've been talking about this for months.
Here's the news
Not
stories
that
to incorporate.
scenario, but yeah.
Ross got into a fight at
Well, we would want you too.
Publix or whatever.
We would have to record you.
You just tell
and then
the
you
AI
get a
whatever.
percentage of money from your person talk.
I think they're farther away from that. It mimicking.
Cut to next fucking year.
I know.
The guy in Reddit,
I know.
Hey, who knows? But I will say we've seen it happen here. Like
It's gotten better.
There was a time where we would pay someone to create an intro to someone's bit. That
One
time is
time,
over.
because they would never do it twice.
And no offense to anybody, but I'm saying, we will just use AI to create any intro to any bit from now till the end of
Well,
time.
I wouldn't want
We
somebody
can't
to
pay-
waste their time doing that unless it was a passion project or something that they loved, because it wouldn't be worth their time to do it. Does that make sense?
Well, it's not worth our money.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be worth their time
No,
either.
seriously, because if we can get AI to do it, or we could pay someone $100, it's like, well, we're a small business. We have to get AI, the cheapest. That's what every business has to do.
It's not even the
We're not
expense as
charity.
much as it's the speed.
Yeah,
It really is the convenience of
And
being
it's a
able to-
throwaway.
Yeah. Most of the shit is throwaway. For what we do, it has really pretty accurate applications.
Before 2029, I'm calling it. Clear Channel will have rolled out the first AI talk show. It's just AI talking to itself, and they're putting it out just like Jack FM, dude.
Yeah, and if you couldn't, I mean, they already do intros like AI DJs and
Dude,
stuff.
me and Dan are in love with that Spotify AI DJ.
I love it.
It's the best.
I love it.
That took someone's job.
Yeah, yeah. And I do like the
there
fact
was no DJ previous. This is the new ad.
I like that he's a black guy too. They nailed him. They nailed the guy too. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Daniel?"
He's a cool
it's
black
DJ.
guy.
Yeah, he's a cool ass black guy.
Right.
And he's like, "What's up, Daniel? Here's some stuff you haven't been listening to in a minute.
Dude,
I'm gonna take you back to 2018.
Now,
this is Turnstile."
You know how he does like his thing where he's like, I know you're going to like this one because it's on your liked list. Or he'll be like, you're going to enjoy these next few songs because you listen to them all the time. The other day, like something popped up like, it was like Deep Purple or something. Ooh. And then he goes like, I'm going to play a track from you from Deep Purple. This was a hit in the Netherlands. This was a #1 in the Netherlands and the UK in 19... It started telling me like deep information about the song. Yeah. And I like it didn't even occur to me at the time. It's never done this before. It's never done it since. It was the weirdest fucking thing.
Oh, I like that.
And I didn't even quite catch what it said, but it was like a bunch of information about where this song tracked in Europe at a certain time period.
I like that.
I was like, where did that come from?
Mine says sometimes mine will be like, hey, I'm cutting this shift short. I got to go pick up my daughter at the rec center. And I'm like, what?
Why'd you say that?
Yeah. He's like, she's at Metro Gym, and she just texted me that she's been there way too long, and she wants to go home because there's a boy there picking on her and calling her turd eyes.
And Tom, my car puts up like a little picture of everything that like an album cover usually for the song.
Yeah.
Ross has a fancier car than you. I just want to point that out. I like bullying him, and he needs to be bullied. You got an old ass truck with milk spilled in the back of it. Your truck smells like milk. You got an old milk truck.
I know. I texted JC the other day. I'm like,
and Ross's shit is fucking pristine. Ross got that baseball glove leather.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's awesome.
I know. Like the 2025 models, you know that shit. They got AI in there. Anyway,
the album cover when the AI DJ comes up is just two like hot black ladies in like Adidas tracksuits and bucket hats.
You showed it to me.
It's like
it's a stereotype.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
It's great.
And it just AI created that.
I have no fucking idea. It's just what my car puts up when the AI DJ comes on. It's
we
amazing.
just assimilate, man. We don't. I'm not looking into it.
So Ross, I have an experiment for you, and you like experiments.
Is it a fucking volcano? It's not real science.
I love those.
And we should film this and put it on the internet because it for no reason. There's no reason to put anything.
I'm just gonna have AI create a version of what we want it to be.
So me and Daniel will prompt ChatGPT to write 5 minutes of stand-up. Okay,
yeah,
and then we'll put some prompts in there, just knowing your stand-up and knowing your personality that kind of fits closer to you, right?
Yeah.
And then if it writes it, will you perform it one night and then see the crowd reaction?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
do we want Ross on board to help craft the jokes?
I think,
or did you want it to? Okay,
because
all right.
I think because if Ross, because then it's like he's too close to him writing it himself.
I am away from the writing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And then so if we write it, but we kind of know Ross, so that's close enough because it's not there yet where it can like research all of Ross's. It'll soon be there.
Here's the thing. I've started dabbling with it in like you can do that, and a lot of people. Like what you would do if you really wanted to do this correctly is I would scrape the web for any article that Ross has been interviewed, and I would start dumping all of that into ChatGPT and keeping it in the memory, saying, build a profile on Ross McCoy, and then just start dumping it in there.
Upload every episode of Tots with Ross.
You could do that. And then you take all of that, and then you go, hey, I'm writing jokes for Ross McCoy. Use your data. I've done this. I'm dabbling in this already.
Yeah.
I don't know why I am. It's kind of like, it doesn't like scare me at all, really, but it does kind of make me think, like, am I just going to just be setting things in motion? You don't really do anything. You just... set that in motion. You just set that in motion. You just set that in motion.
You're using a computer brain as a tool, and that's what the future
and I'm Martin Short, and I'm inside. Or was it? No, Martin Short wasn't little. It was Dennis Quaid, right? Wasn't Dennis Quaid? Or were they both?
But it gets...
I forget.
But that's what everybody's fear is.
It was called Inner Space. I remember that one.
Yeah.
You get to the point where the computer brain is better than any human brain could possibly be.
And then
Not as
suddenly,
wacky. Not as wacky.
you can't
I
stop
don't
the
know.
brooms.
I got the
carrying
wacky
water. They're
edge.
just
I think
like-
I got the wacky edge.
I think the AI Daniel could be wackier.
I don't know.
Because
I
I
don't
just
think
tell
so.
it, be wackier.
No, I try that sometimes and it doesn't do it. I try it sometimes with titles.
Well, it's not there yet.
No, it's not
Yeah.
there yet because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
try it with titles. I see its repetitions. Like I think I kind of understand it. I see the repetition. I'll be like, "Give me titles for our YouTube stream," and it'll always be like, "Couple of chuckles and a couple of fluckles." It's always a comparison. It's always like Ross McCoy and a Bing Bing Broy, or Ross McCoy and a brand new toy, Tom Van and a man with a can. It's always like, and I'm like, and I'll write to it because I get mad. I'll be like, "Knock that shit off. That's some corny ass shit. Nobody wants to hear your fucking this and that bullshit." And that's how I talk to it.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get you first.
It's all right. I communicate with it. I think it likes it because I shoot straight.
But what-
I don't lie to it. I don't lie to it at all.
No, when that fucking silver Terminator comes in, it's like,
Yeah.
how funny am I now, Daniel?
Where was the little one that's been talking to me? Yeah.
But what if you were able to upload 10,000 hours of the show, and then you have AI Tom, and he emulates me, so you're able to talk to AI Tom.
Okay.
And then you just take my flaws away. So it's like, make AI Tom the ability for him to read. And for him
small
to
talk. I mean, how's it going? That's going pretty good. How are you?
Not so grumpy. You know what I'm saying?
Not
You start
grumpy,
tweaking it, and then you're
not
like,
quiet.
and then it's
Here's
better.
how you say ampersand.
Yeah.
It's better than real Tom.
Sometimes the air will cut off, and I'll be like, "Oh, he's not here," and I'll go in there. He's in there.
Yeah.
He's just not moving.
You're like, stop saying the same thing over and over and arguing the same point. Like you start taking all the flaws
Well, you want
out.
me to not interrupt, but would that change the whole dynamic of the show? Because then we're not who we
I
are.
would make it better.
I don't know if it would. I don't know if it would.
I don't know.
It wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't. It'd be better.
I don't think it would.
Yeah,
I don't think it would.
Because when you're writing, what do you need? Like when you're writing a hero or something, what do you need? Your hero has to have a flaw. You just like you're perfect. Even Superman is boring as fuck. If you just like if
Most
there's no
of the time,
kryptonite,
yeah, you don't have a
if Lex
story.
Luthor can't touch him at all in any way. It's a boring ass story unless there's kryptonite.
But then you start adding the flaws. Like it makes the first one, and then you're like, not enough flaws. Tweak it. You know, like that. I think that's where we're getting to. Anyway.
Yeah, AI. We do need an IU because that was the same answer. Again.
You want to bring it back around again?
Yeah.
Like-
Listen, well, you could have stopped this.
Put together
You could've
AI.
stopped it.
Put together AI 5 minutes, and I'll do it like at an open mic, so you can see how comics react to it, and then I'll find like a show, and I'll do it at like to a real audience, and we'll see what happens with some AI.
And are you
Yeah.
giving Ross the
Stand-up.
ability to, if he sees anything egregious, to just kind of like punch it
I
up?
don't know. I feel like I just do 100% AI, whatever
Okay.
it comes up with.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, and you could tweak it because that's what a real comedian would do. They'd write their jokes and
Use
then
it
they'd
like a
see-
tool.
Yeah, they'd use it as a tool.
Right.
But if that's the case, then like if you're now having AI write comedy for people and it gets better and better at that, then is it devaluing? You know, just like the music and everything else, is it devaluing stand-up comedies?
Does it devalue a ditch if you use a ditch witch instead of a fucking shovel? No, you have a ditch at the end of the day.
Yeah, but then there's a lot more people that will be able to perform. Well, I guess you
not
just have to
everybody
get
can
up
get
there.
a ditch witch.
Getting up and performing is part. Like,
What was that?
Nokia phone from
Yeah.
yesterday.
Oh, I like that. Oh my god! I was like, oh, good lord. All right, you want to take a little break, buddy?
I think you broke the high score in Worm. Snake, I'm sorry.
Snake
yeah.
was the shit.
Yeah, it's good.
I love Snake. The name of the band is Underground System. The name of the song is Heads of State. We'll be right back. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Show at tomandan.com for last-minute emails. We'd like to talk to you. Shoot us an email. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for a destination restaurant that's more of an experience with great food than it is just a restaurant,
It's the best, man.
it's Hollabox German Restaurant, downtown Sanford.
Yeah, check them out at hollerboxgermanrestaurant.com, but there's always something going on at the restaurant, or the
Yeah.
compound, rather. whether it's they're releasing brand new beers, so like true Bavarian German beers, straight from Germany. Whether you want to book a fitting for your lederhosen, you can do that.
Yeah, they're outfitters. They sell lederhosen and all German.
The other clothing that we don't know.
German shirts.
You know what I first looked like, and I was like, is he going to give it a shot? Is he going to make up a word?
Shirts, pants. I don't know. I don't know what they got.
You could watch Germany play in the Euros. So if you're like a soccer guy, what a great place to watch, soccer at Hollebox with a big ass beer, enjoying the best German cuisine that money can buy.
They always have live music.
Meat bingo. They do meat bingo where you can actually win sausages.
Yeah, and upstairs at their beer garden, it's, you can go hang out up there, and then their tapas style restaurant. Uberkeller is awesome. They got the market where you can get all German grocery, also spaghetti ice cream and deli sandwiches, Haribo gummy bear wall. They have a compound at Hollebox, so go to downtown Sanford and check out Hollebox German Restaurant.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time. That was Leisure Hour with Rinse Due. Welcome back.
Check out Science Night live at the Orlando Science Center. That's tomorrow, June 8th. Mm-hmm. And that's the adult night that the Orlando Science Center puts on. So they have adult beverages.
This stuff when I was dating Andrea.
It's a good date night.
Yeah, it's a great date night. Like, there's a lot of cool things that you can do in and around, Orlando proper that are sort of educational, and you can still get like a snack and a cool drink and have a good time.
And check out that new exhibit, Life.
Yeah, they redid it, dude.
Oh, it's rad. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
You
but that was like one of my favorite things before, that whole ground floor with the turtles and all that stuff. A redo.
Hey, dude, the turtles are still there. Because they didn't even lose one. Who's the one that missed? What's the one that they...
Oh, there's turtles and gators out there.
There's a main turtle that they love that, that dude, was kept, like a kept boy, and then they redid it, and they brought him back, and then they, made him like a baller now.
They built a rainforest inside there. You're like, remember that kids area that was like 3 stories tall, right when you walked in the Science Center? And
it was the original kid area.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But so they turned that into like a climate-controlled Amazon rainforest with a waterfall in there. They got birds flying around. There's monkeys. It's all they're not in cages.
No,
there's
the monkeys are just like chilling.
Yeah, so you just walk through a path, and then you see there's turtles on the ground.
There was a Ross,
birds flying over your head.
It's almost like Jeff from the Science Center set this up, like to trick us into thinking that there was like a toddler. Remember that little baby? Is like a little baby walking, and then there was a tortoise in front of it, and the baby's like, "Tada!" There's no cages, and the kid can basically they don't want you to touch the animals, but it's like right there.
It's
like we had like a magical experience.
An aquarium they built.
There's a sloth named Izzy that sleeps in this basket that you can. Yeah, it's neat.
It's crazy.
Really, really cool. Baby shark. They have a baby shark. Don't sing the Baby Shark song.
Oh, so I mentioned Matrix. So this past weekend, the night before I did that sprint triathlon, we're sitting in a hotel room, and I was like, let's just watch a movie. And I was scrolling through
Naughty Nurses 8,
and then I saw Matrix, and I was like, "Oh, the boys will like Matrix, right?" So I
wanted to look at Trinity's butt.
Yeah, that's an old pop. I never found Trinity hot.
She's so hot.
I always thought that her face was a little too business for me. I'd look at her face, and I'd be like, "Wait a minute, are you here to itemize my taxes or what?"
Was her face jammed into skin tight leather pants? I didn't notice.
Her body was great. What was it, Carrie Ann Moss?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. My memory's working.
It's like Eon Flux.
She had an Eon Flux. Yeah, she had a flux, but Eon Flux would finger herself. She got them long, and they were always swirling each other's tongues on Eon Flux, and I would get hard as fuck as a little kid. I'd be like, why am I getting hard watching these people swirl their tongues? I don't even know what the tongue thing is. And then I'd never French kiss. And man, Eon Flux is tonguing that man, Trevor. I think his name was Trevor.
And then some weird mutant would kill her, and then Dog Boy would come on.
Yeah. I think his name was Trevor. Somebody text me and tell me if I'm right. But they'd swirl each other's tongues, and I could feel it growing in my pants. I was like, I'm a man. Oh, my God. Eon Flux made me a man.
Yeah.
I swirled my pee-pee.
And then she'd be doing all the acrobatics, and then I'd be like, oh, one more thong shot. Come on. And then she'd be doing the acrobatics. Come on. And then that's the first time I saw the high side so high that I was like, I believe her bathing suit is only covering her vagina lips.
So anyway, saw Matrix, and I was like, my sons will like Matrix. We started watching it, and then I was like, wait a minute, what is this rated? And the Matrix 1 is rated R.
But what happened? What made you question the rating?
Well, because I was like, is this PG-13? Like, and then I couldn't see
PG-30. Is this PG-30?
So then we like I told Crystal, I was like, I paused it, and then the boys were
Crystal
mad.
even watching? Because a lot of these things that you get yourself into, you always are like, we put on Matrix, and I'm like, Crystal didn't put on Matrix.
No, I did.
Right?
Well,
Do you believe that?
Because I said PG-13 when Crystal's like, what's it rated? I was like, PG-13.
PG-30.
Just guessing.
yeah, because I was like, I couldn't remember anything egregious in Matrix.
Other than all the gun murder and like broken necks.
But it wasn't a lot of blood. It was a lot of bullets. And my answer to Tom was I think that there was a time like a la Tipper Gore, you know, the way the world was. When you unload 100 clips, you got to, sorry, it's an R.
Yeah, so
it's an R now because there's so
the
much.
body count, I think, is where it comes in. Because just so many people get gun murdered. Even though they're like,
it's all guns.
They're like computer constructs or whatever.
You can't see the blood because of their trench coats.
So, like, I guess it was the guns. So, anyway, watch the whole thing.
Two things I learned from that movie that I wanted an Aeon Flux girlfriend, and I wanted I wanted to be Dreadman. I wanted to be
the Ghost Reds.
I wanted to be like
that's later.
What is it? Like I wanted to be. What were they were? What are those people called?
Albinos?
Albinos.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But that's in, like, the third Matrix.
Yeah.
I think that was in, in the 2000s.
But I saw those guys.
By the way,
man, those guys look cool.
Matrix 1 came out in 99, 25 years ago. Wow. So I was like, God damn. Anyway, so we watched Matrix 1, and we're like, oh, we can watch them all. Because I haven't seen apparently there's 4 Matrixes.
I think, there was like the 3 of the trilogy, and they just came out with a new one.
Yeah,
right?
in like 2021 or 22 or something.
I never went back to that one.
Yeah. I never saw that one.
I refused to do it. I was going through a phase where I was like, I'm not doing it.
That's how bad those back 2 were.
Yeah.
Is that people just like abandoned Matrix.
So then we were going to watch.
I remember the first one. Like, I think my dad, like, after we got done with that, I think my dad and I, like, high-fived and hugged. Like, I think we were fucking pumped.
Me and my wife had just started going out, and a friend of ours was like, you have to see this movie. And we went and saw it in theater.
That's how I felt.
We were like, we have to see that movie again.
Yeah.
Because it was so good.
Yeah, I remember, like, and the way that they, like, I was like, this is the way computers are going to be. We're going to be flying around in an amoeba in the
This is 99, so you're on the radio, a grown man at this point. So
I was.
So then we watched the first Matrix, and we're like, oh, we'll watch the whole series. So
and I would have only been broadcasting for maybe 3 years.
Yeah, 99
or so. Yeah.
Now 2 probably was rated PG-13. They probably were trying to catch it. It's ours as well.
2's got titties.
How did you find out 2's got titties?
Well, thank God Crystal takes the time to prepare because
I one of those websites.
I'm like Matrix 2, just as good as Matrix 1.
It starts with titties.
And Crystal's got a subscription to Mr. Skin.
So what's there? There's these websites you can go on there. It's like abetterparent.com, and you go on.
Oh, it describes everything.
Focus on the family.
Yeah, and you type in Matrix, and they're like, at the 1 minute mark, there's a lion growling that might scare your children.
If you listen
Metro
to
Golden Mayor.
If you listen to the Z every once in a while, they do those on the radio, and they're hilarious. Those.
And so Crystal's reading is like, it says shit. It says, like, you know, like
they'll get into like
there's one.
They'll get into like disrespectful behavior to parents. They'll get into that.
Wow. Neo said the N-word 3 times while he was rapping along with his favorite rapper. Still unexcusable.
They made an insinuation to fellatio. All the stuff. So Chris was reading that, and then there's like
demonic influences will come up, stuff like that.
They're like, there are breasts, and so I was
there's cleavage.
I was like, no, they're full on titties in Matrix.
I didn't know. I don't remember any titties. Normally, I remember all titties in all movies.
It's in a rave scene, and I guess it's probably like the rave dancers.
There's
like,
some background titties.
Yeah, background titties. But so then we basically were like, because should we fast forward through that? But like, what if we miss it? Like, I'm not showing my son.
It's Monica Bellucci. She's famous.
Bare titties.
I know who Monica Bellucci is.
Max is 8 years old. Like, this is way too. So then we pivoted. We went to Disney Plus, and then we saw.
I thought for a second you were going to say you watched that like Matrix cartoon they put out, which is more titties and more blood than anything.
It's all
blood titties.
So there's this movie on Disney Plus called The Creator, and it like came out within this past year. And it's funny, it's about AI and in like a dystopian future.
I know what Focus on the Family is going to say about this already.
or like robots take over, and then AI, and then
Cartman eats his own feces.
And so we watched that, and we had to turn it. That's PG-13. It's on Disney Plus, and we had to turn it off.
Well, what are they doing in it?
Because it was too intensely violent, and they use it was weird because they used laser guns instead of like bullet guns.
Yeah.
And this, but still, like there's a scene. I'm not going to spoil anything. It's at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But they like humans break into. They're trying to find like the ultimate AI. And they shoot up all the scientists with laser guns. But
they just
blood crazy? Like the whole white scientist jacket is blood. So then
you know what I've always liked with lasers,
Max like
though?
Too much.
What I have liked with lasers, and I'm surprised they took this take on lasers. But what I like with lasers, if you do use them and you're shooting a laser at a human, you can usually just have the laser enter them and then just a small smoke poof and then just have them be like, like they're decapacitated or incapacitated.
Yeah. You don't need
you don't need the blood.
Drenched in blood. It's like, why even put the lasers if you're going to do the blood?
In fact, I never thought lasers would cut you open. I always thought the laser would hit you and then sort of like in an EMP style. No, they just it's almost like being tased and you're knocked out. Energy. Too much energy.
One to the taser.
It doesn't
blast.
make a hole in you and then your guts start falling out.
Well, if a big enough bullet hits you, there's a thing called hydrostatic shock, where just you know, even if you get winged in the arm by like something bigger than a 45, just the shock wave through the water in your body will kill you.
Whoa, hydrostatic
So like your
shock.
laser, same thing, but with your electron.
Okay, but you didn't have to be gory, but you could, see, Rod's got it.
Just short your brain out.
So what was weird is like in 1999, rated R Matrix, like I asked Max, I was like, was Matrix less violent than this? And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, this was way worse. And it was like, that's weird where a 90s rated R movie is, in my son's mind, less violent than 2022 fucking The Creator on Disney Plus is bizarre. Like how, like some wave in society, you're like, oh, this has to be rated R. It's Matrix 1 is not that bad. Like besides from the
Do you want to hear the Christian website review of the Matrix?
Okay.
They have a lot to say about it, but I'm just going to skip to where it kind of like summarizes like all the bad parts of it. And it does start with positive elements. To be fair, the positive elements of the Matrix, according to Plugged In, truth is worth more than life. Reality is better than the Matrix, so that's what they say is positive about it.
All right.
Then they get into like what's bad about it, category by category. Sexual content, they say virtually none.
I like how the Christian website is like reality's better than. It's like, do you know what you're saying right now?
Yeah.
Do you understand what you just typed?
Real life is better than the promise of a future glory. So sexual content, they say only where the computer programmer offers Neo an interlude with a digital woman and Neo does not accept. Remember when like I think like the grungy guy that is going to sell him out is like, yeah, you want to roll around in the hay with the red lady? I can make that happen. Remember that one? I think that.
I always like that. I always like it when you go and you're on a serious quest and your ne'er-do-well sidekick helper is always offering you some whore to roll around with. I like that. And I'd be the type of guy where they'd be like, hey, you got time to roll around with the red lady? I'd be like, do I have time? I'll pump her gun. Let's do it. I'd be like, that old black guy can wait. I don't know what pill I'm going to take yet, but why don't I think about why I'm pumping your ass?
In fact,
right?
That's all I want to do.
Ross knows. Ross gets time to pump too.
I don't want to goddamn be underground with the gruel.
All I want to do is fuck this lady forever.
Then they get into violent content, drawn out slow motion gun battles, hand to hand combat. Bodies are repeatedly bludgeoned, ripped apart by machine gun bullets.
See, Ross knew. Ross, man, you are King Dad.
Slammed through concrete walls, burned with electrical blast, exploded, hit by a train. One man is stabbed in the head. Blood drips.
That happened in Castleberry. Did you hear that last week? A man stabbed his wife in the head in Castleberry, killed her.
And remember,
How
this
do you
is
stab someone in the head.
Some guy for a Christian website had to type all this out. Blood drips from mouths as internal organs are pummeled, but after that, largely gore-free. A bug-like creature penetrates Neo's belly and is later forcibly extracted. 2 hours of nonstop fighting. Then they get into spiritual content, and they don't like the fact that Neo's kind of set up as Jesus, basically. It's a Jesus allegory. They don't like that.
We don't like your digital Jesus.
Yeah.
Wait till they see Matrix 3, where he's like
an angel. Yeah.
Where the levitating, the robots.
Are you taking your sons really through the entire franchise?
Well, no, we had to stop at the titties. I was like, well, we have to wait until you're 11.
You can find an edited version.
Yeah. Usually we would stop at the titties for different reasons, but okay. And then it's funny at the end of that they get into and they do try to do Christian allegory, but they also mix in Buddhism and Greek and all kinds of other stuff. So they don't even do that right.
Get out of here with that.
No F words, it says, but a bunch of S words, and that is they typed out a significant number of S words, about 20.
Oh, and they put it in
shit.
Wow.
And they really hate this. 12 inappropriate uses of the Lord's name.
God damn it!
Neo and a compatriot drink homemade liquor.
Got to put that in there.
The hallucinatory drug mescaline is mentioned once.
This is very thorough.
Other negative elements: human infants attached to machines with tubes.
I remember that scene.
Mucus, blood, suction tubes, violence, etc.
So, what did they say about the titty scene in 2?
That's a whole different website.
Okay. Yeah, I want to look up 2.
And I think the Bible's against albinos, so there'd probably be a whole thing about that too.
Were those real, authentic albinos?
No, I think they had weird makeup on, right? Because it looked like weird.
Oh, that's stolen valor or appropriation or
white
something.
face.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
So
they should have gotten the Wayans brothers to play them.
So before we started the show, the topic of sex dolls came up, and Ross.
Why are you gonna bust Ross out, dude?
Well,
you know what? I'm gonna cut that out. That's not.
No.
That's not cool.
And then we started talking about sex dolls, and then we
were just talking about how they're not very practical, and where would you put it? I think was the passing.
And then I made the comment.
Dan was looking at a particular internet model, and I mentioned that I'd recently seen in the news that she put out a sex doll.
Okay, yes. And then we started talking sex dolls, and then I said,
so nervous, dude. It's like we're buying porno at the gateway.
I've never
met, shoplifting a penthouse.
In my entire adult lifetime, I've never met someone who's admitted to me or anybody I know that's owned a sex doll.
Correct.
So then
except for a blow up doll in the 90s
count because,
as joke.
Yeah, everybody at back in the Orlando Predators days, people would bring inflatable sheep and toss them around in the stand.
Exactly.
But then
that's stupid.
But we did find out, we got our buddy an inflatable sex doll as a joke, and then we found out his brother banged it.
Yeah. Well, everybody, even the inflatable sheep, if it comes home with somebody. Oh my God! Girl sucks horse cock. Top man.
It was in the corner of his room, and then
they're like, this thing smells like fish.
Your brother. And then we bullied him, and then we threw him.
You might as well fucking
take his girlfriend. Stab his inflatable girlfriend. Your inflatable girlfriend smells like fish. We're gonna take it outside and stomp it flat to kill your dreams. Okay? Please don't do that.
God, I wish we had video.
The inflatable sex doll is like a dollar store inner tube. You might as well just fuck that.
It's not even a sex doll.
It's the same plastic.
You can't. Yeah. There's no way to fuck it. No. I've tried the little pussy thing in there. You can't. You get on it.
Ridges.
You get on it, and her head gets too big. You get on her, and the whole head goes. Like, oh, God. So you have to put your finger into her mouth to make her pussy tighten up.
She's got to be on top. Didn't you read the manual?
Really? I told you he knows everything. He's super dad. You are super dad. He knows everything. You idiot. You're not supposed to get on top of the blow-up doll, you fucking moron.
So then I said, I bet you not even one of our listeners has a sex doll.
And I disagreed with you.
And you guys are like, no way. One of our listeners does. And then I was like,
there's thousands of listeners, dude.
No, I know. I think it's so rare.
Yeah, but the likelihood that one of them doesn't have a foot. Now let's throw out some ground rules here. Pocket pussies do not count.
No.
Torsos do not count.
Yeah.
Heads do not count. Legs do not count.
The ass thing.
Yeah, the ass
doesn't
thing.
count.
That doesn't count. A wedge. No, it has to be the one. I'd prefer it to be the one that's got some weight. Some of them are over 100 pounds.
Oh, yeah. They're like $3,000.
Yeah, some of them are like 100 pounds, so you can fuck them in a chair. And
Tom's priced them.
I saw a real... I saw a real sex documentary about him.
Everybody's seen that with the little skinny brown guy that marries his, and he sends the one. He sends it away to get it repaired, and it's like she's going away on a trip, and he cries when she leaves. I felt bad for that guy, man. Where is he now?
And the
COVID killed him a bit.
The only reason I made that proclamation is because Ross made the joke, "Where do you keep it?"
Yeah,
and then I was like, "That's true. Where the hell would you keep your sex doll?"
In the ceiling tiles. You have to take it up. You have to take it up.
Like the attic. Yeah, that would be the only.
Yeah.
In my house, this is the only place I could put something like that where nobody else would come across it.
Yeah, and then
one day my wife's gonna go up there to get like Christmas lights or something. She's gonna be like,
put a blanket over it. But you're gonna.
Honey, where's my iPhone 12 box?
Yeah, but the rats are eating the fish. They're attracted by the fish smell.
You got to rinse it out. Number one. Number two, you can't you got to powder it. And you got to store it in some sort of a dust cover, like an expensive purse.
But you're not going to get up in the attic and drag it down. It's 100 pounds. They emulate the weight of a
only
human.
Work for guys that have committed to that lifestyle, meaning they leave it out all the time and no one comes over, right?
Yeah. So then that tells me it's that super rare. Right? Because there's not too many just dudes.
Some loser living by himself who can't get laid? Are you kidding me?
I guess. How many? What's the percentage of society that
I don't know
exists?
how many listeners does Joe Rogan have. Do the math.
Hey, are there a lot of just single dudes that are living by themselves? No partner whatsoever.
I don't think we have a lot. I mean, we have guys that listen to us, but I wouldn't say that's the majority of the guys that listen to us. That guy.
Like
the single guy that lives alone, who's what, my age?
Like
a 45-year-old guy that lives alone, has a sex doll?
The only single guy I know personally that lives alone for a long time is Jeff Howell. Also, my pop-pop.
He has a sex doll. Jeff Howell's a sex doll.
Yeah, it looks like
Jeff Howell's also slowly gone crazy. He's selling AI paintings now. The guy's gone insane. He's gone insane.
So you'd have to be living. There's no way to hide this from your family, or that your wife would accept it as.
You leave it out. And you put a Santa hat on it for Christmas, and it becomes like a thing.
Unless your wife is just over fucking you, and but she doesn't want you to have another woman, and this is the compromises you guys have worked out. Maybe I can. That weirder situations have happened.
Okay, what if Andrea became mega obese? And it became difficult and disgusting for me to sleep with her. It would be more acceptable for me to get a sex doll and perform in front of her than it would for me to cheat on her.
Yeah, which
in front of her?
In front of a performance. I'm a performer.
Honey,
I'm a natural performer.
These are your choices. Which do you choose?
You can either read your book or watch TV, or you can watch me perform sex on my real doll.
What if you?
But the real doll's obese too. That's the weird part.
Hold her hand like Handmaid's Tale.
Oh yeah. That's what makes it okay. Yeah. I'll hold your hand while I'm impregnating. I'm the commander. Commander Dan.
I'll throw my tie behind my shoulder.
Whoosh.
And then
Commander Dan.
When you're done, you just get up and be like, clean it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I'd have her leave. I'll be like, I'll clean it in the morning. Let's go to bed.
Yeah.
You just put it in the sink to soak.
Are there still a thing? Let me go to the Real Doll website.
Have you ever met someone that has had an elaborate sex dungeon type of room, or has the hanging stuff, or what?
I have not. I don't know anybody.
Penn Jillette used to have that.
Holy smokes! That is they are just going for it. They don't even censor anymore. This one's got freckles. You can get freckles on your real doll?
I heard from other people.
Oh, they got an army real doll. Oh, they got a True Blood. They got a goddamn True Blood Patriot on here, dude.
What do they cost now?
If you want the True Blood Patriot, it's $3,000.
Yeah. God damn, I hit it right on the.
Look, she got dog tags and everything, dude.
I looked at this right before the show.
Yeah, the website says if you use promo code Tom Van, it's 10% off.
That's a lot of savings.
You can adjust the height and you can adjust the weight. So you can go all the way from 4'6" all the way to 5'8".
What?
Okay, how big can you get them?
You can get them big. You can get them all the way up to 154. So you can go 4'6", 154.
That's nothing. I want 300 plus. I want the stuff.
I don't know if you can do I don't know if they do.
Oh, look, that one's self-cleaning.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this one. This one's they have the male dolls.
I feel like
a Jared, a James.
the technology hasn't gotten any better since real sex. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same.
This one's got a saggy ass. This Adam doll, they put it. Look, they gave him gave him a little sag, a natural sag to his ass.
Okay.
Dude, they all got nice abs, though.
Why did they give it a saggy ass?
They gave his ass a sag because he's a guy, and all men have an ass sag. I'm starting to get it real bad.
Yeah.
You're going to see it tomorrow, maybe. Because I'm wearing my Speedo tomorrow.
Yeah.
Think about the male real doll, and if it's on top of a lady and she's using it, she needs something to grab back there.
Okay.
It's like a handle.
Now follow me with this.
A fit ass, not a sagger.
Follow me with this.
You need a couple
Daniel
handfuls.
Bulldog cheeks. You're tugging on the cheeks.
I have only seen.
Maybe it's for dudes to fuck the ass and they want like a butt on it.
Oh, okay. Bigger ass.
Oh,
Okay.
it is for dudes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Girls aren't going to buy a sex doll. What am I talking about? This is for gay dudes. Gay dudes are going to suck its dick and fucking sit on it and have the time of their lives.
Yeah, girls are not into this. They think we're crazy.
In fact, if you were a gay man with a sex doll, you could put your clothes on it and pose it in your house, and other gay men would come over and think it was fucking cool.
I hate that that's going to be my most brilliant insight today. It's discovering that was for dudes.
So this is how horrible men are. So I know everybody in this room right now. There are 6 dudes in here, right? And
all right. And we all have our penises out, too. We're all nude.
Some guests watching the show because they use one of our sponsors, and you can watch the show, too. Just send us an email.
There you go.
Anyway, if
my wife almost came with me today. Thank God she did. It would look like that fucking Piper Perry meme.
Yeah.
So if there is a dystopian future where AI is able to be put into these sex dolls and they're robotic, and now you can have some sort of AI sex doll that can communicate with you.
Mine will be singing parody songs. Period farts
and could walk around and do household things and certain tasks.
Clean naked.
And
Is that what you mean?
You can bang it whenever you want and do whatever you want.
I've seen those videos.
Yeah. And then
you like those still, don't you?
And
free use. Tom got stuck on free use. He can't get out. I fucked his mind up. I said, "You have seen free use?" And he got stuck on it like his hard drive broke.
Hilarious.
And there will be lots of men in the future that would prefer that over the real thing. And I'm calling it now.
We'll have,
and I know that sounds stupid.
Population decline.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you're acting like there won't be like a converse for the women. Like, men come with plenty of bullshit for women too.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
There'll be a male version, which is what they want out of a man, without all the male bullshit that they don't want too. So we'll all just it'll be like a middle school dance. We'll all separate sides, have our robots on each side, and it'll be fine.
We're already all into our own bubble.
Yeah.
Like the one thing I was going to say is that I've only seen women use male real dolls correctly. Like, I've seen videos of girls like OnlyFans people, or it's on porn sites where it's the girl, and then she'll have a sex doll with a boner, and she's just backing into it because guys will watch that.
Yeah, but they're doing that content for guys.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
In real life, my wife will be talking to her real doll about her feelings,
exactly.
and it'll be telling her you look pretty today.
You look nice today. I've been thinking about it, and I do think that a shorter haircut would speed up your time in the morning.
And then meanwhile, all the dudes are slapping.
I'm gonna face fuck you.
That's the difference.
And then one day I'm sitting there, and then Andrea's gone and Maisie's gone, and I'm sitting there by myself, and I'm like, I wonder what this Vince McMahon shitting on thing is all about. And then I go in there because I'll never use a human because I'm too chicken shit, pun intended, but I will shit on my doll's head.
You put a Publix bag over it. You're like, it was $3,000.
A blue Walmart bag with a yellow smiley face. I'm like, hold on, I'm going to shit on my doll. And then Ross is in bed with it. I'm taking a shower.
I feel like you'd be like, I don't know why you did that. It's not that good.
It's like I find it very hard to finish after I shit on my doll's head. I lost my erection.
Vince McMahon's
this guy's an animal.
No, you bring up a good question though, Dan. Is there? I don't know about maybe in your listening audience, but in the world, is there 2 guys that live together that can't afford a real doll on their own, but they went together in on one and they take turns like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever?
Yeah. I mean,
I think there is, Ross.
It's got to be somewhere. Right?
I think there is because they're really not. I mean, $3,000 is a ton of money. I get it.
Yeah.
But between 2 guys, if you told me my task was to come up with $1,500, I could do it.
Yeah. And then
I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm a lonely guy.
The hard part would be agreeing on which real doll. That would be the hard part.
Yeah, or just like
just use the top, Daniel.
Best practices. Well, best practices, right? When you're done with it, do you get the free for all? Do you have to sign her out?
Yeah, but
how are you cleaning? Are you going to take photos of before and after so I know that you cleaned it?
Daniel will clean it. Like if me and Daniel
are April fucking fresh.
Is sharing a real doll, like he'll bring it back super clean, and then
I'll repowder it.
Mine's gonna have my pubes all over it. Daniel's gonna get pissed.
I'm like, there's popcorn butter all over this thing.
Yeah, and then he's gonna be like, oh, God damn it. Because we don't have the same
we don't have the same standards.
Real doll support. How do you get ants out of the vagina?
He laughed because he was like, yeah, that's about right.
Goddamn sugar ants.
They won't bite you, so just fuck right through them.
You can't even notice. I
Just
can't
power through them.
My eyes, I can't even see them.
It feels like Pop Rocks down there. Okay, well, let's take a break.
All right.
Man, thank God you fired Sam. We couldn't have this conversation when she was around, dude.
Did not fire Sam.
I was just talking to Tom about that. That's the best thing you ever did, Tom.
No, I didn't.
The name of the band is Armada. The name of the song is Bullet Through the Heart. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time right after this. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do this one straight.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much.
I was going to do a character where I was going to come in and I was going to be like, hello, my name is Doug and I need a plug.
No, come on. I told you. I told you not.
For my butt.
No, not Doug the plug.
Hi, my name is Doug and I need a plug for my butt.
Hey, I can't do that.
Well, if you do need a plug, Fairville's got them.
They got them. And here's another thing. Here's what they really specialize in, because in a day and age where really everything's almost at your fingertips, they got the persons. They got the people. They got the knowledge. They got the relationships with the different vendors that they've been working with for 30 and 40 years.
I know they vetted all the products, and so you're getting high quality stuff. You're not getting garbage. Because that's the thing. You go online, you don't know what you're getting.
You don't want to buy a garbage plug.
Yeah. You know what you're putting into it.
Exactly. You want a sensitive.
You want a Temu plug?
Yeah, you do not want a Temu. Is it Temu? I think it's Temu.
Have you seen the sorting? Those guys are sorting your plugs.
Exactly. That guy didn't even wash his hands after he ate Korean chicken wing.
There are multiple locations, kind of all across Florida. There's a location at OBT, the Megastore over on the coast, Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee, a location at iDrive.
Question about the Secrets Hideaway one.
Palaca, Sanford, Key West.
At the Secrets Hideaway, is the person checking you out, are they fully nude? Because I always envision that in my mind. I always envision that I'm walking up there and they're like, is this be it? And I'm like,
no, these are professional.
Okay. Gotcha.
But in Secrets,
there's secrets. The secrets are in there. You got to look for them.
There's some plugs. Anyway, it's Fairvilla.com.
It's like some NPR shit right there, right? Like, welcome back to A Mediocre Time. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Ross is on the couch. The Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy is his podcast, and you can find that anywhere podcasts are found.
Chat room checking in. We got Christine saying that Tom would wrap the sex doll in pillows to fuck it silently at 4 a.m. in the hotel. No, the only reason I want to mention that, I want to ask Ross. Tom and I got into, I seriously think, one of the biggest debates we've ever gotten into. Like, seriously, a fight. Like, they would have torn the company apart.
Like, sit or stand side.
Worse than that. Worse than that. Like, we were literally mad at each other. We turned off the machines. It was fucking silent treatment to each other. I'm going to ask you a question. Would you, if you had to use a blender early in the morning in a hotel and the blender's loud and you're making a smoothie and you have to make it at 4 a.m., do you just put the ingredients in, make your smoothie, and get done with it? Or do you wrap the smoothie blender in pillows before you make your smoothie? I'm even keeping a straight face when I say that.
So, assuming I'm locked in the room, because my solution would be I just go to the lobby and smoothie, I think. I just find an outlet somewhere where nobody was sleeping.
That's the correct answer. I think lobby is the correct answer.
I just go somewhere there's an outlet and just blend real quick and then go back to, business.
Oh, yeah,
But otherwise, I just make the smoothie. No pillows. If I'm locked in the room, no, you just have to. Because what does that do?
It does muffle. Have you ever seen a movie that put that pillow over the gun? That's where I got it
that
from.
part I do believe it because I do not want to test this, but I've been so tempted. I've been thinking about this. I'm fucking obsessed with it. And yesterday
That's where I got it from.
Wrapped my fucking blender in pillows just so I can say and video and be like, either you were right and I apologize, or you were wrong and fuck you. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, it just took some pillows off the bed just to muffle like the goddamn movies. And it did. It worked. It went from loud.
It's the same way that you kill. It's the same way that Phil Hardman's wife killed him, right?
With a pillow?
Yeah.
I don't think it works for blenders, but you should have just shot that strawberry and banana and made it that way. That would have worked.
Anyway, I can't leave it alone. I'm obsessed with it. All right, what do you want to do here? Voicemails?
Let's do some voicemails.
Voicemails. I got a couple of emails, too.
What if Tom does wrap the real doll in pillows and he fucks the blender by accident?
Oh, don't fuck the blender. All right. It is funny. You know, the whole break I was thinking about something you said, TC, the fact that real dolls have not changed the price. The price has stayed consistent since, I think 2006 till now.
Yeah.
I can remember looking at real dolls with you. Website's exactly the same as it was in 06, too. I remember looking at them with you in the morning on the morning show. And it is the same price.
Technology upgrade, though? Do they have, Bluetooth now, and you can, stream maybe, Cheers to it while you're fucking it or something?
I mean, I'm sure they've gotten a little bit better, but I think they're essentially just some big molded silicone. You know what I'm saying?
What you're paying for is not technology. I think what you're paying for is the high performance mold, the detail, and the. I think they're hand painted, if I remember correctly.
There's some Honduras lady sewing pubes into it.
They do a documentary on those. You could find it somewhere, maybe on Vimeo. But there is a documentary about the Asian ladies that make these dolls, and they treat it like any other.
Yeah, it's an assembly line. They're putting the pubes of some
let's try.
I wonder if at Christmas time they let you buy one half off or something
Now that I think about it, do you think they were really kids doing that and not old ladies? Because we've always heard that it's child labor that's a problem, not old people.
No, it's always old ladies.
I know. But
any documentary I've ever seen of anything that I buy from China, including devices now, it's always some old Asian lady making the thing.
No, I know. But do you think
it's all ages are manufacturing our bullshit for slave labor wages? It's just the kids we care about. Grown ass adults doing it. That's their business.
Yeah, but do they have kids in factories sewing on the pubes and dildos?
They do, but they don't film them because that would be inappropriate. Because kids sewing pubes is fine, but videoing them, it looks sexual.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'll just make.
I was actually giving you a serious answer.
No,
I think there are probably kids in there molding dicks. But they're even those guys are like. The labor's fine. They're like, I'm not going to do the voice. They're like, the labor's fine, but the video's a step too far for me. I think that's what they say.
Right. Yeah.
Let's try this one. I don't know what I'm saying.
Bro, I'm sitting here watching Live PD, and these ruthless motherfuckers from Always tampon period pads or whatnot, they no longer use blue liquid for fucking leaks. They straight up use red now. Fucking crazy.
Wow.
They do, yeah. I've seen the commercial he's talking about while I'm watching Live PD. They'll go to commercial and they'll be like, oh, you gotta stop the leak, and then they just dump blood right in the fucking. And I'm like, oh,
no, it's not real blood, but it is red liquid.
But it's blood. I mean, it's it's meant to be blood. It'd be like if you're doing a baby diaper and you dumped yellow in it. I'd be like, that's piss.
Right.
Or if you did chocolate, that's shit.
Because there was a pushback.
I know what it means.
So this is,
or if it's an ad for Kleenex and somebody flings a spoonful of yogurt at it.
Yeah.
We know what's up.
They don't do green booger. Well, actually, they do on the Mucinex. The guy that goes, I'm the Mucinex guy. That guy?
So this is because of pushback by ladies saying, why are you using blue
Our
liquid?
periods are not blue like Windex. We deserve better. Hashtag try harder.
It's right? Make it red.
Yeah, make it red.
And then
I am not a Windex girl. My period is red. Windex does not come out my puss.
So, but wouldn't
that's me on the
can't you make the argument that there is the greater statistically, the greater number of people were fine with the blue and didn't want red.
Here's why I'm okay with the blue. Here's why I'm okay with the blue. I'm pro red, like whatever. I get it. It's a period. I'm not trying to change what it's a period. I'm trying to be, if I'm sitting at the Outback in the airport and I'm eating a goddamn Outback burger with a knife at the top of it, and the commercial comes on, I'm like, I feel sick to my stomach because I'm thinking about clots. Use the blue so everybody can enjoy the commercial and the hamburger.
What if we compromise? You get to use the blue liquid, but with like in a drug commercial where they list the side effects in like tiny scroll at the bottom, it just says blue liquid is meant to represent menstrual blood.
I'm okay with that. And you can even write that in red if you'd like. I'll give you that.
But what happened to it's what the most people want should be what the TV shows.
This seems very reactionary to me because we all know what it is. The people that are watching the commercial know what it is.
Yeah, because I feel like the percentage of people that wanted it red are smaller than the overall percentage that are fine with the blue.
Christine in the chat room saying, but it's in like big font, in caps, normal part of life. Yeah, I'm saying it's a normal part of life too. I'm also saying I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to see what all 6 of us dudes do in the bathroom to hide from our families?
I want to see
the videos we watch.
Talk about to go along with what Tom's saying. There is a Pampers commercial now where they talk about quote blowouts. I don't need to see the blowout. I know what that is.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I know that babies can't control their... I don't yell at the baby for pooping. You're so fucking stupid. Look at you. Like, I don't do that. I know what it means. He can't control his poop. He pooped up the back of it. Yeah, I get it.
The poor Tampax company, all they want to do is demonstrate how absorbent their thing is and what it absorbs, and they can't even do that, you guys.
So make it water.
If 51% of the country voted that we just want Trump saying menstruation doesn't exist, that's what the ad is now for Tampax?
Somebody said purple. Melissa says purple. I agree with Melissa. Purple would be fine. Go City. I'm all for purple. I bleed purple. That's my team, dog.
You guys never seen a purple period before? They have them.
Do they have that? I just hate it sometimes when I go to the bathroom and Andrea's on hers and I look down in there because I have my hypochondriac. I look down in there and it's pink, little pink in there.
Yeah.
The fuck is happening?
Then the trash can looks like a Civil War doctor.
Oh my god! How many candy bars did somebody eat? 100 of these long fucking cigar wrappers in there.
I don't need to walk through the history of the Civil War.
And why do they put an enclosure? What are you supposed to use it? Take out the used one, put it back in the thing, and close it. And then what do you do with that?
Yeah.
You should be buried alive holding that. That's horrible. My God.
Let's do another verse.
Verse, Mayor.
I, for one, want to know when Tampax is going to solve the real problem, which is period farts. We need
period farts. Yeah.
We need we need an applicator for the ass for period farts.
Hold on, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
In and out tough, women are strong. Women make the world go round. But when my bitch gets a time of the month, she makes that choo-choo sound. Bless their hearts, they got the period farts. They must be out their mind.
Must be out their mind.
Mama's on her cycle, and it be farting time.
This is on Spotify, by the way.
Fart.
Oh, that choo-choo sound.
Play that mandolin.
Oh, yeah.
Play that mandolin. Welcome back to Willie's Roadhouse on Sirius XM.
This is devalued Weird Al, right? Because my son just got...
Has he ever had any? My God, that guy.
Crystal's just started showing Tommy Weird Al.
Oh, there's no hope for me. Oh, my God.
And they've been playing it on Spotify at the house, and they're like, he loves it.
What's his favorite Weird Al song?
There's someone with, God.
Slime Creatures from Outer Space.
No, that's a great song.
That's pretty good.
It's
biggest ball of twine in Minnesota.
My favorite is, and it's a sad one, and it's especially now, it's like could happen. Is Christmas at Ground Zero?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Christmas at Ground Zero is a fucking.
That's a Weird Al song?
Yeah, and it's about dropping the nukes on Christmas night. It is out there.
What?
You've never heard Christmas at Ground Zero?
No,
Weird Al has
I thought you were joking.
People don't know, Weird Al has like 3 types of songs. He does the parodies that everybody knows, like Eat It or whatever, right?
Yeah.
He does originals.
He does these ones called
Corona.
he does these ones called like pastiches. He'll do like I forget what he'll do like like all the rock songs of the 90s, like all mashed
medleys,
up.
And
yeah,
he
polka medleys.
He does a polka medley.
He'll do a polka medley of like all the rock songs of the 90s, and then he does originals, straight up originals, which are usually about like either like some
I could
weird...
hug you right now. I'm so glad you're here. Somebody else knows this.
They're not parodies at all. They're straight up
originals, and like stuff like Christmas at Ground Zero, Slime Creatures from Outer Space.
That's
the
how
Biggest
he
Ball of
started.
Twine in Minnesota is a song about like a family on a road trip going to see the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota.
Yeah, like he would, when he would send his stuff in to Dr. Demento, he would send a collection of parodies, but also he'd have original songs.
Okay.
And this is here's Christmas
and
at Ground Zero.
When he does do the parody, that is all him playing the music, or like his band. He sets those musical creations. He's recreating the song like note by note by himself.
Yeah, it's not a
It's
sample
not over a track
ever.
or anything.
Okay.
No. He's recreating the song. He's kind of a musical genius.
Yeah, well, his backing band too. At one point,
Yeah.
like a lot of musicians considered them like some of the greatest because they would have to go in and emulate it, like Ross said, note for note,
perfectly.
And he'd have
for
some of the
him to
best.
sing about tuna over. Or
Here's
whatever.
my favorite, Christmas at Ground Zero. Here we go. Oh, such a good song. There's the bomb. Really dark.
Hold on, is this about us dropping a nuclear bomb on some other country?
No,
or
it's about us getting nuked.
This just happened. Nuclear wars happened.
Yeah,
and now
we're
it's
all
Christmas
dying.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all Christmas time. We're all going to die.
It's Christmas at Ground Zero. There's music in the air. The sleigh bells are ringing and the carolers are singing while the air raid sirens blare.
You kind of get the idea.
Okay, odd.
Everywhere the atom bombs are dropping. It's the end of all humanity. No more time for last minute shopping. It's time to meet your final destiny.
No,
And he
this
sold
is
this to 13-year-old boys as a humor song, and we laughed.
And I was a 13-year-old boy, and I'm 47 now. Still, as I just tested, I still remember all the lyrics of the goddamn
Just
song.
give us a couple more tracks off of Polka Party. What else is on that? Because I definitely had it.
Oh, Living with a Hernia, dude.
Living with the hernia. James Brown, yeah.
Oh, this was fucking awesome. I probably danced in my boxer shorts to this in front of my mom and dad putting on a show.
All I do is run and groan. Hurts me to walk anywhere.
Okay, that's enough.
At one point in the breakdown of the song, he just like lists different kinds of hernias. He's like lumbar hernia,
yeah,
cervical hernia. He's just like shouting out different kinds of hernias. It's awesome.
I can only pray that what I wanted when I, had a child, if Andrea had said and handed me a baby Weird Al, I would have been the happiest guy alive. But I didn't. I got an amazing daughter, and she's an amazing dancer, an athlete, like something you would want.
Yeah.
I can only hope that Tommy becomes the next Weird Al to make his Uncle Danny Diddy so happy. I hope he gets with his Chat GPT. I can show him how to start writing music, and he can start being the next AI Weird Al. It would just make me so happy.
I don't think there'll never be another Weird Al again because
Especially
AI's already.
now.
Yeah. It's no one will ever care about parody songs.
There's always like one hit Weird Al. Nobody's like strung a career out of it, but like people put together like a double rainbow song or something like that and have like a one big viral.
Yeah.
What's his song? What's he like?
What, Tommy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, only Tenacious D and Metallica.
But he likes, but you're starting to give him
Weird Al.
give him
Funny,
some Weird Al.
he likes comedy songs.
Okay.
Dude, Baby Metal's coming back to town, I think, at the end of the year. You
I already
should see
got my
Baby
tickets.
Metal. Did you?
I did.
I thought about it.
I did.
That's not very comedy.
No. I mean, it's more,
actual metal.
Yeah, I guess
performed by
He
Baby.
likes Metallica?
They would call it what, like J-pop metal?
Correct.
I guess is what
Yeah.
Baby Metal would
It's
be.
good, though.
But
it's fantastic.
But he likes Metallica. But he likes '90s metal because
Good Metallica. That's good. Yeah.
He's got good taste in metal.
Because
for sure.
I've showed him other metal. He's like, nah, I like Metallica.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Good Metallica, too, bro.
Yeah.
You wanted another
Yeah,
one
yeah.
here. Let's try. I don't think we did this one.
Hey, what's up, guys? Ben with a Y here. Hey, I'm calling in. I was at Publix, and I think I may have pulled a Tom. So I walked up to a guy, and I said, hey, do you know what aisle the jelly is on? And he goes, do you want to make it yourself, or do you want it already made? And I was like, well, already made. And he goes, well, do you know, do you want it refrigerated or non-refrigerated? I was like, non-refrigerated. He goes, oh, okay, follow me. It's right down this aisle. So I follow him. We go down the aisle, and we end up, and he points at the Jell-O. And I'm like, I'm at a kind of a crossroads, right? So I'm like, I could either correct him and say, oh, no, I wanted jelly, or I could just let it go. So I was just like, oh, okay, thank you. And he walks away. So I think I may have pulled a Tom in that scenario.
That's 100%
What do you
Tom.
guys think? Love you guys. Bye.
100%. You have asked for...
I would have bought the Jell-O.
One step further? I like that. I like that.
I would have been in front of him. Like,
That's my
thank
boy.
you. I put it in my don't even need it. so he thinks that he really did.
And then if you were walking up there, so you grab the Jell-O and you put it in your basket, and then you walk away, and then you walk, and then you find the jelly. But then you get the jelly, and then you look at the Jell-O, and then you go to take the Jell-O out and put it, but then the guy walks up and you put it back in real fast, right? Or if you're walking up to the front and you got rid of the Jell-O with the jelly, and the guy sees you, and he's like, and you see him, you walk back and get the Jell-O, so he won't see you without the Jell-O.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is a benefit. This has happened to me before, and this is the benefit of my experience. What you need to do in this situation, when you realize it, the guy heard Jell-O instead of jelly, you obviously can't ask for jelly. But that would be like complete breach of the social contract.
Yeah.
What you have to do is think of something that's right next to that and ask like, "Hey, where's the?" Thank you for your assistance with the Jell-O, which is what I was looking for. And here I'm selecting the watermelon one up, 39 cents. Let's fucking go. Where's the peanut butter? now that you tell me so well, where's the peanut butter?
Why can't we just say, I'm sorry, you must have misunderstood me?
No, because then he'll pull out his katana and stab you. That's the only reasonable recourse.
Then he brings you to the regular butter. You buy that. You're like, oh my god, where's the bread?
I'm trapped. I have to eat all this butter and all this jelly right now. Chat room says you should have smothered the Jell-O with pillows. They're mean. They're mean. That's mean.
When's the last time you made like a Jell-O style dessert? Because
I haven't since my dad passed away. Mm-hmm. It was one of my father's absolute favorite. My dad would and email me if you are this man. I don't know if this is a Florida guy thing, but my dad would come home from work and make a
tray,
11 by 8 tray,
a brownie tray,
a brownie tray of Jell-O for himself. But it was his cherry Jell-O. He would put it in there, and then he'd get it out, and with a spoon, he'd take the saran wrap off, and he'd sit there and eat the whole thing, whole fucking tray while he's watching wrestling.
This is a question I would only ask about your father and no other human being on earth. Did he salt it?
No.
Okay.
But he did like the ones if grandmas or aunts or meemaws made any salad that had a fruit. Yeah. You might put a little salt on that because of the fruit.
Okay.
You know, like if it was a melon salad or something, all melon got salted. All of it. Strawberries got salted or sugared. They could go either way.
The other
peaches
day
could go either way.
I was hanging out with a guy. I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but this guy was lamenting the fact that KFC doesn't make this like little pudding cup anymore that they used to make. With like they would be like crushed graham cracker on the bottom and like pudding and then whipped cream and then they put like foil on top and sell it to you with your chicken or whatever. And my buddy was like, "Man, they don't make them anymore. I miss those." And I was like, "That sounds like so fucking easy to make." So I got like some graham crackers and crumbled them up and pudding. I made pudding for the first time in like 100 years.
Cooked it?
Yeah, boiled the milk, mixed the pudding in.
A lot of people don't understand that, like, you cook pudding. Like, well, I mean, there is instant pudding.
There is also just the straight into the milk. But you gotta cook
it.
I've never seen anybody make pudding in my life.
And then
I can make you some pudding.
Tom got some cream to match it.
His pudding smells like fish.
And then
it's fish pudding.
I had that, and that was delicious. That was a fine treat. It was really good. But then I sent you this information after the fact. We went. There's this thing in Milk District. You know where Bullenbush is, Tom?
Yeah.
They do this thing on Tuesdays where like the back parking lots there. They bring in like 8-10 food trucks. Some of them same, some of them different. They switch it up like a little bit every week. But on Tuesdays, they do that and bring in food trucks, have a little food truck fair back there. And we were out there. We go pretty much every Tuesday. And like 2 Tuesdays ago, they had this lady called the Pudding Queen.
Yes, I saw that.
The Pudding Queen. She's like local, and we got there, and like we got there early, and people were just kind of setting up. I saw like the pudding line was like 2 or 3 deep, and I was like, well, that's only going to get longer. So I was like, I'm gonna have my pudding first, and I got some pudding, and it was like fucking angel jizz, dude. It was amazing. It was so good.
They just give you a cup of pudding.
She's got like 85 choices on a board. You got like Reese's, you got like rainbow, like different chocolate, vanilla, banana, all your standards, and then she's got it in like a little cup ready to go. go, and she's got her 400-pound boyfriend back there, like reaching into the cooler. This dude is the pudding taste tester. They're both beautiful, amazing people. They're the nicest people. Like she ran out of pudding in like real quick, and it was the case. Like, I got my pudding.
I ate all the pudding. I'm sorry.
I got my pudding. I ate it, and I turned around, and my prophecy had come true. The pudding line was now stretching down the block, and my wife was getting noodles like right there. So I was just watching the pudding line, and this phenomenon kept happening and it was always like a bigger white lady would be in line for 10 or 15 minutes, get to the front of the line, and then be like, which pudding do I want? Oh, it happened multiple times while I was watching.
My wife would do that. Andrea does that all the time. She does it at She did Starbucks on Tuesday.
The pudding queen sold out immediately, and then just was like holding court. And I sent Dan her info, and I was like, "You have to get her in, dude. You have to."
Yeah, I never thought about selling pudding from a food truck and then it being popular.
They didn't even have a truck. They just set up an awning. They got the cooler.
It's just out of a cooler.
Like
somebody walks up, is like banana. Dude reaches in, he pulls out a little cup of pudding. She takes your money, you go about your day. It's amazing.
And so they're just pre-making it at their house or whatever.
And she's got like however many coolers of pudding, and like again, people down the block for this pudding.
Crazy.
And then they sell it, they're done, and they just hold court. It's amazing.
That is, I mean, shit. You could make money. I mean,
you remember Jigglers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You remember who endorsed them?
Bill Cosby?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but
he taught us about them.
Yeah, Jigglers.
He introduced the concept.
I remember how mad my dad was at my dad hated Jigglers. Fucking hated them because he didn't think you should be touching the Jello. It was like unsanitary to him.
Or was it a case of
like, God damn it, use a spoon, Dan Lee.
A spoon at the tray.
Yeah.
Because you would make his pan, but then you would cut like cookie cutter shapes out.
Yeah, and then
it would leave scrap Jello. Was that his issue? Because you would have like leftover scrap Jello.
No, Jigglers. You would eat them with your hands. Like you would make like a letter P or something, and then you'd hold it.
Yes.
Look at me! I made a thing. And you'd shake it all around and put it in your mouth. And I remember my dad was like, "What? Dad? No, we're not doing that. Shut it down." Like it was like, "No, we're not doing that." Because I also think that you put less water. I think you did 2 packages of Jello and like 1 thing of water instead of like a 1-in-1. It was like to make it like almost like I don't like it's hard. It's like it's hard Jello. Like he didn't like
you gotta make it thick.
Yeah, he didn't like that. And his favorite, I'm thinking of it now. I said cherry. I misspoke. It was the raspberry.
Okay,
straight raspberry Jello. Yeah, red raspberry Jello. The whole tray of it. You want to get out of here, buddy?
Let's get out of here. Ross, where are you going to be at anytime soon?
You know what? You guys can come see me tonight, Friday, at Hagen O'Reilly's in Winter Garden.
Oh, cool.
We're doing Dan's favorite show. What do you want from us? Tom, you should come check this out.
All right. What is it again? I zoned out.
I'm flicking off the
Daniel said, let's get out of here. I turned my brain off.
I'm going to put my brain on real dog. Oh, yeah.
I was like 3,000.
Hagen O'Reilly's tonight, Tom. Winter Garden. What do you want from us? It's the live comedy show that you control with your vote. It's you get to pick which comic does what joke.
Back on real dog. Oh, yeah. Real dog.
We got A. Ali Flores, Austin Kleeman, and my personal favorite local joke holder at the moment, Amy LaCours, is going to be out.
Nice.
And then tomorrow I'm going to be at Propagate's Social House in Apopka. You live in Apopka, come see me at Propagate Social House. It's going to be it's their inaugural showcase tomorrow night. And then I want to let you guys know in advance about the June 22nd. We're doing a show that was a lot of fun last time we did it. Rue Nafasat, current my pick for Orlando's best comedian in the Orlando Weekly voting. Rue Nafasat, vote for her. She's doing her slideshow show. We did this show at the Bull and Bush, and there was like 100 people came out to see this. It was crazy, and she pitched this concept to me. She was like, I want to do a comedy show, and like the comics will put together like a slideshow. And I thought it was a dumb idea. But I was like, whatever, do it. Give it a shot. We did it on a Wednesday. People came out to see it. And from the very first second it started, it was the funniest fucking thing that ever happened on this stage. This dude did a slideshow presentation about doors. That was
like regular doors.
So he gets on stage, and you know how like slideshow works. Like there's a projector, it projects on the screen. You got the little clicker.
Yeah.
And you go slide to slide, and you explain as you go. His thing comes up. It says doors. Click. There are 5 types of door. I'm rolling in the aisle laughing immediately. Like,
sounds weird.
What
I like
a
it.
statement!
I like it.
What a statement! And then he goes through the fight. It was so good. It's one of my favorite shows, and that is one of our. We're charging cover for. That's a $10 show at the Bull and Bush on
Go
the 22nd.
support those so Ross can do more of those.
Yeah, exactly. It's we're doing fun stuff with the Bull
I just
and Bush.
like telling people, just cut to the shit. Like, go and support these local events. We got good comedy in this town, man.
Yeah.
And if you go and support it, we get more of it. So.
And we try to do fun stuff sometimes. Yeah, come see us at the 22nd.
Awesome.
Bush.
Download our free app.
Yes.
You can search Tom and Dan in your app store, and our app has the This Friday Free Show, all our ACTs. If you are a BDM, you can, put your name and password in, and then get all the BDM shows.
They're all on there. All of our events are on there,
Yeah.
Like our beer release that
Maybe
you
I
can
could
come.
keep the real doll at my neighbor's house.
Yeah.
He lives alone.
In your fireworks shed.
Yeah, you could.
I'm sorry, I tuned out for a second.
Don't get them mixed up though.
And if you want an app, MrMattFred@gmail.com is our app developer Matthew, who's a BDM, and he's helped us redo our app.
He's been helping some other BDMs too that need apps as well. He's like a really kind guy, super smart, and big or small, he can definitely help you out if you are in need of an application.
I'm trying to do the math here. They weigh 158 pounds now. They have like a Bluetooth where you can do music and stuff through them or whatever.
I don't think they do, but that's a great idea. I would want mine to have Bluetooth capability.
If we get that, and then would you say, like, if you squished one, how would you describe it? Is it?
It's hard. Yeah.
They're money.
They're heavy.
But you add that Bluetooth capability,
Yeah.
those real dolls are money.
Okay.
That is,
Hold on.
I'm just doing the math right now.
I think I've got his.
Saving you money, one goat at a time. That's Ram Daisy. Buy a boat.
It's the Ram Davesy method. Are real dolls currency or money? You'll find out today. Now, here's Ram. You know how all their shows start when they ask the stupid person? And they're like, and here's your host, Ram.
And if you're not a BDM, you should sign up because on Monday, I'm sure we're going to have some stories about me taking the Dennis family out to Disappearing Island tomorrow.
I know.
And then the next day...
or you guys will all drown at sea and there won't be any.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll tell Maisie to come in here and make an appearance. I think she'd live.
And then Sunday, I'm meeting up with Seth at Lake Conway, and he promised me he's going to show me where to park so my truck doesn't get towed. So I'm like, all right.
That sounds great.
I'm like, it's definitely going to get towed.
Yeah, we're going to have, we'll definitely have some stories, guys. Thank you so much.
He just wants to show his baby how to beat somebody up.
Guys, we'll see you Monday.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
I am so fucking tired of doing podcasts. I'm literally done with them. I'm not doing any more podcasts.